between record-setting floods,
and we're expecting another major set of floods in a couple of days.
me catching COVID again.
Bernie, guess what? This is just 3 test pans.
By some miracle, I managed to get out and do 3 full days of sluicing. And man, did we find some gold.
What kind of whiskey are you going to buy?
With a haul like this, you know it's going to be at least mid-shelf or below.
Check out the size of the pieces of tin that I can't fit in my snuffer bottle.
However, this story starts on a Monday with a fluid bed sluice.
This is the first day I've been able to get in the creeks since the first major set of floods we had here in Victoria. But that's why I've come out to a seasonal creek that's not normally running at this time of year with a fluid bed sluice. A fluid bed sluice works very differently to a traditional sluice box. It's actually got a classifying plate on it, but I won't be using that today. I will be classifying into a bucket because we're dealing with clay and I need to break the clay up before it goes down that sluice run. This creek would be considered to be a minor flood at the moment, and because of that we can see where the low velocity areas of water are, and I've been test panning every single one of them. This is the best spot I've found so far today in the limited time I've had. This is not a great spec count, however this creek is nugget or nothing, and the true indicator of good gold is gold. If I'm getting specks like that on the surface, there's a chance that I might find chunkier pieces deeper down. This is the gold I got this morning from a 10-pan run through the fluid bed. You can see the fluid bed does a very good job at catching that ultra-fine gold.
Whilst I've never personally found any really good gold deposits contained within clay, I found great gold sitting on top of it.
I think we are definitely on bedrock. That's a fresh break, and my shovel hit something that was hard across the whole surface of the bottom of my hole.
One of the most simple methods of breaking clay up to extract the gold that's sitting on top of it is simply classifying it with a pan classifier.
We are definitely on the bottom because that is decaying bedrock. Now it's very hard to break this kind of clay up, and if you see on this bottom side there's no gravel, that means there's unlikely to be any gold on this side. But if you get clay with rock in it like on this side, that's where your gold will sit. Which is exactly why I'm classifying, because if I would put that clay through that sluice without breaking it up, it'd just roll over the top of the classifier and I wouldn't capture any gold. I've only classified 3 pans worth of dirt, which is in my bucket at the moment. But this pan is all the stuff that fell through the classifier while I was loading it up. I just want to show you how this sluice works.
The fluid bed sluice uses dead water to catch gold.
Down here is our boil box. That's where our concentrates are collecting. That boil box creates high friction. It's working almost identically to how this spot would have been collecting gold. High friction water. And so as the gold comes in over the top of that classifying plate, it hits that high friction and just drops. Oh, it's a brick. Some quick maths, because I know we all love that. I've done 10 pans worth of dirt, 3 shovels per pan. That's 30 shovels for this run. I've done the same exact thing for the first run I did this morning, so we're going to have a 60 shovel run. That thing would have to weigh 100 kilos. Let's go.
Okay, maybe not 100 kilos, but damn, it felt like it.
For the very next scoop, just watch at the back of the dirt and you might see some gold. Watch in here. Well, at least we know there's gold in the dirt.
Back at the beginning of Vogus prospecting, I used to use fluid bed sluices regularly. They require a lot of velocity in the water to operate correctly, and usually I don't have enough water.
It might not be a bonanza, but we do have several pieces of gold packing up in the punch plate at the front. That classifying mesh often works very well as riffles. The gold doesn't stay in there, but it does show you what's going down the sluice, which is super convenient.
30 shovels down, and it was time to see how much flood gold I'd managed to collect on this run.
We got some nice fine gold right at the front. Hopefully we've got more in the boil box. You can see our stratified gravel up in here.
Cleaning out a fluid bed sluice has to be one of the most unique ways to recover gold.
In my personal experience using many different types of sluices, they are the fastest and easiest to clean out. Now it is time for us to see how many golds we got. Somehow I don't think we're in for a really good show because we would have seen a big chunky nugget probably get caught up on that mesh. But we know we got at least a couple of flakes. I would be really happy with about the same amount of gold as we got for the first 10 pan run. There we go. The bits are a little bit bigger though. It's consistent ground. Those pieces are a little bit bigger than what I got for the first run. I have exactly 1 hour before I have to be back in the car and heading home to pick Fern up. I'm going to do a little bit of test panning. If I find something good, I will show you.
A few moments later.
This always happens. Now I have about 50 minutes to get as many of these pans done as possible because I found a spot. There is a redonkulous amount of flour gold in that pan. That's where we were digging before. I've come just downstream to where these boulders are in the slack water, and that's where I'm getting the flour gold. I've got another 10 pans in there and it took me 25 minutes. I just checked one test pan to see if we're still on it, and obviously we're still on it.
But then,
God damn it, that's a heavy bucket, but we got it to the sluice. All right.
irrespective of the type of sluice you use, it's always super repetitive. Classify dirt and feed the beast.
I've seen several really nice scoops go down that sluice run, so I've really got my fingers crossed that A, we're capturing that flour gold, and B, there's a lot of it. Another 30 shovels done, and the gold sitting in the riffles looks pretty good. Oh, I can, but it's real fine. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to make that out. There's a piece just there. Once again, I don't think we're going to get any nuggets, but I'm hoping to see a lot of flour gold. Oh, we got bullets. Yeah, look at that. It's collecting lead, so we're in the right spot. Yeah, we got flour gold, we got flour gold. Okay, look, it collected some flour gold. For a 3-bucket run and a bit of fun for the first day out in a long time, that's not bad. It's 100% better than sitting at home waiting for a storm to go away, right? Yeah, this is half a tank. I seem to always love a good challenge, and today I have just 4 hours to get as many buckets of pay dirt worked from a private permission that I have. This whole creek has been left untouched since 1918. And there are some really chunky nuggets here, and I'm hoping today that this little bedrock bar is going to produce some for us. I have my Gold Rat Mini 6 sluice box set up in the creek, and this 20-litre bucket holds 5 classified pans of dirt, or 15 classified shovels of dirt. And my goal is to start here and work as far up this gravel bar as I can, because we can see exactly where the water's taking the gold. Ooh, that's a heavy one.
This river sluice is using dream matting, a vortex style of mat. These hook-shaped cells turn the water around, forcing the dirt and gold back up the matting. And because the pay dirt has to travel against the flow, you retain more fine gold.
It has been a little while since I've run V-matting in the top, so I thought I'd stick to Washington Beach Mining Sawtooth mat. It works really well. It shows you what's going down your sluice run, and it just adds that extra bit of protection to make sure that you're getting gold. It only took me about 5 minutes to run that bucket. It took me about 10 minutes to classify it down. That means I should be able to get about 4 buckets an hour. And just looking in the sawtooth mat at the top, I can already see a bunch of gold.
Perhaps this will seem like a tedious process. First filling the pan, classifying out the big rocks and breaking up the clay, before dumping it in the bucket and repeating the whole process 5 more times. But because you get a break when you're sluicing, this is a lot less labour intensive than panning the same amount of dirt.
I actually managed to reach the bedrock there, so once we clean this little section up, we'll be able to yabby pump it. And I have seen gold in every single pan that I've tipped into this bucket.
The short break you get from feeding your river sluice allows you to recharge your batteries, which in turn gives you more energy throughout the day and allows you to work more buckets of dirt.
I can see some golds. That piece right there is a nice chunky flake. I'm going to clear the rest of the top gravel out and then yabby pump it. I've run another bucket and the fine gold in the mat is starting to really show. Now I have a nice open area of bedrock and I've taken a test pan with the yabby pump. And that's what I got for a half pan of dirt from that yabby pump test. So we're going to do a wee bit of rock clearing and then get sucking.
You can be Zorro with a shovel, but you won't get all the gold off the bedrock unless you use some kind of pump like this.
The reason we use a yabby pump is because you could be Zorro with a shovel and not be able to collect the best gold that's sitting on the bedrock. Gold is likely the heaviest thing in any creek system. When it hits bedrock like this, it finds the lowest point. If you pretend this is my full-size shovel and that these rocks are gold nuggets, if you look at how my scoop works, I can't get them. Whereas a pump like that literally sucks the gold and gravel out of those cracks. Therefore, if you're not sucking your bottom, you're not doing it right. Pretty well got all the gravel off the bedrock. Have to find the handle. We're gonna go run this. Oh, woo, so light.
And what felt like my 421st bucket, we're finally onto the fun bit.
Now I'm up to the fun bit. That part of the gravel bar was really rich, and I know that there is gold on the other side of that drop, so what I'm going to do is chase this gravel bar around there, and hopefully there'll be some good gold in it.
Before I commit to any kind of sluicing, I always test pan. Just because there was gold in one spot close by does not mean there'll be gold right next to it.
This test pan is simply from the surface gravel, so if we get any gold in this, it's a good indicator that we'll get better gold down deeper. Oh no, we got lead and gold, look at that. Bear in mind, this is surface gravel. The deeper you go, closer to bedrock, the better the gold. That's all very nice flood gold, so that means it's definitely depositing in that spot.
Now that I'd confirmed that there was gold there, we could confidently classify down buckets and sluice them.
You know, I've got a feeling that we've only had a taste of the gold that's in this spot. I reckon where I'm digging currently is where we're going to start seeing a really good spec count.
Well, at the very least, that's exactly what I was hoping for.
That made a massive difference to the total gold take. Most of it's ultra fine, so it's going to be very hard to see on camera, but every single line in that VMAT has dozens of visible specks. Bro, I've been busy. I'm not even sure how many buckets I've taken out of here, but it's been a lot. The gold is super sporadic. It seems to be in very thin layers. You'll get a great test pan and then nothing for a little bit, then another great test pan. So I'm really not sure how much fine gold we're going to come out with today. But that is my last bucket because I am out of time. I've almost got to the bottom. We'll see what we get. Physically can't shovel any more dirt out of there. So I'm going to try the yabby pump. Oh, it's a long way down. Okay, this is going to be heavy as. No matter what's in that bucket, that's it, because I'm out of time. All done. I don't know how many buckets we ran, but it was a lot. We have some serious pockets of tin. That's unreal. But man, we ain't gonna know nothing until we clean it out, so better get to that. Now you'll know if you follow my channel for any length of time, I'd like to do cleanups at home because it prevents you from losing gold on the creek. So all we're going to do is just wash off some of the very light blonde sands, and then we're going to take the rest of it home and clean it up properly. That is about as far as I want to take it down on the creek. Let's just have a quick sneaky peek. Heaps and heaps of tin. Look at the tin. That is a lot. Oh, we got heaps of lead too. Look at those bits. And we got gold. Oh yeah. Look at how much fine gold we got. This is going to be one of those cleanups where I am not going to be able to show you how much I've really got in the pan until we get rid of that tin. It's so dense, but that is a bloody good start. Check out the size of the pieces of tin that I can't fit in my snuffer bottle. They are massive.
It was time to head home and rest my weary bones.
That's a fox. I'm upwind of him. Let's see if we can call him in. You gotta make kissing noises. Kissing noises mimic the sound an injured rabbit makes. And if they haven't been fox whistled before, quite often you can get them to come in.
What does the fox say? Nothing. He buggered off. But he must have been good luck, because the very next day on Reedy Creek...
I've come out to Reedy Creek today for the first time since the floods to have a look at some of my more productive gold-bearing areas, and holy crap is it restocked.
These were my results from the first 3 test pans I took from a known gold-bearing spot.
Fernie, guess what? This is just 3 test pans. Oh my god. It is going to be a good day tomorrow. Just doing yet another test pan, and I pulled this out of the classifier. That is the top point of a quartz crystal. That is a wicked cool find. Every year I came along and there was another part of bedrock that was sticking up here, creating a crevice that connected onto this rock over here, and we could never reach the bottom dirt. But those massive floods got rid of that.
By the looks of it, this was the dirt at the bottom of the crevice.
Honestly, I feel like Bruce Buffer from the UFC. It's time to find out what's in that crevice. I really was not expecting to do this many pans today. There's a reasonable amount of black sand, so that's a good start. I can already see some real fine gold, so that's good. Ah, a few flakes. Hey, at least we've got questions to those answers. No, we've got answers to those questions. We have golds for our effort. That's what our gold looks like after about maybe 10 test pans from different spots. But tomorrow, a sluice box, because panning's for suckers, and where it's illegal to use a sluice box.
The very next day, with a whole bunch of sunshine, enthusiasm, and a gadsy,
may as well drink tomato juice.
I returned with a sluice box.
This is our spot, Allen's Rest. I've made a whole series of videos on here, and we have pulled ridiculous amounts of gold along this whole length, and it's all been replenished. Senior sweatpants. Hey, 1 pan?
1 pan.
1 pan.
That's a tin and gold.
It's going to be a good day. So El Sweatpants is going to do some panning, and I've got the Gold Rat River Sluice set up. It's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. I've got my river sluice set up as close as I can get it to where the pay dirt is. And the handle on my tub is broken.
You remember this handle.
Could I make this whole process easier by using a high banker? Absolutely. Will I? Absolutely not. Get the big dually out of the way. Oh, it's a mini dually. It's the pocket dually. It's still quite heavy. The gold isn't sitting in this loose, sandy crap. It's sitting right on the clay. This is acting as a false bottom, and it can't penetrate through it. Which is exactly why I have a flat-nosed spade, so I can kind of, you know, shave the bush. It's important to occasionally shave your bush. You heavy son bitch.
At this point, you might have noticed that I enjoy hard work.
It's so light. Everyone's going to ask, why don't you check your classifier for nuggets? Well, there just really aren't any nuggets on Reedy Creek. The chances of me finding a nugget here are pretty much zero, so we don't really worry about it. Gold dirt.
2 of the blue buckets is enough dirt to fill one of the big tubs. One of the big tubs is approximately 40 litres of dirt. 40 litres of dirt is a whole bunch of scooping.
1 full bucket is 40 litres. Not that much dirt, and we're already starting to see some nice flakes at the top of the mat. Looking in my coarse tailings for crystals and agates and stuff, and I just spotted this. Look at this. Oh, look at the banding. That's one for the tumbler. Oh, Senor Sweatpants.
Oh, mamma mia.
It's a nice one, eh? Look, they didn't have dare, alright? They didn't have dare.
No.
Yeah.
I don't even know you anymore.
More of it, dare refused to sponsor the channel. Don't you dare throw my icebreaker in the river. Don't you dare.
You may as well drink tomato juice.
That's a real inside joke.
Huh?
Yeah. How's the tin? Oh my god. That's not no tin. That's more than one. That's at least 3.
There's got to be some gold in it.
Oh, it's not just tin, Gadsy. Holy crap. That's a 10-inch pan.
That's a good one.
Bro. He's a tin man and he's okay.
The pay streaks at Allen's Rest are incredibly narrow, so we have to do test pans regularly to make sure that we stay on them. And luckily I did, so I wasn't suffering unduly.
I just sort of assumed that there would be decent gold where I was because there has been before. So I better take a test pan. Nope. Nope.
Literally half a dozen test pans later.
Yeah, the importance of test panning. Do it. So you don't just run really heavy buckets of minimal gold. It's a little bit about the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But eventually we refound the pay streak.
Come on, 49 thousandth time is the charm. Yes. Right, well Gadsy's on the money. We've got good gold there. So I'm going to take from the edge of that rock out to about where my shovel head is. And we're going to concentrate on a line that hopefully follows where we've been finding all the other gold. You made fun of my iced coffee and Fern exacted revenge. She just thought that your bag didn't have enough sand.
Well,
It does now.
I think it's got plenty of sand and dirt and...
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last 2 years it's been
She's
collecting
helping.
dirt. She's helping. I know, she's always helping.
One short, and in Gadsy's case, rather sandy coffee break later, we were back at it.
I just finished running my 10th set of buckets. That's a lot of dirt. That's 400 litres of dirt I've moved. The number 1 sign for gold on Reedy Creek is tin, and we have filled every cell in the Dream Mat sluice with tin. See how the tin's still moving around? That means I don't have to empty it. A lot of people ask me when to clean out their sluice boxes, and if you're running a Dream Mat system, as long as there's agitation within the material, it's all moving around in the cells, you can keep running material. If it all bogs down and stops moving, then there's a good chance that you should probably clean that out then.
Another bucket down, but another one to run.
I've done 12 buckets, which is a whole bunch of dirt. I'm going to pull the sluice and see what kind of gold we got, and then I might go back for a bit of a test pan.
The clean out is the most exciting and apprehension building bit for me. All that work for how much gold?
I'm not going to pan this off at all on the creek. I've learnt my lessons from the past, so we're just going to do a really rough reveal to see if there is gold in it and then clean it up at home. There is gold in it. Very fine stuff. Look at how fine that gold is. There is no way of separating the gold and the black sand on the creek, so it's very hard to see how much gold is actually in here.
After running several hundred litres of dirt, I was totally exhausted. I decided to do a little bit of panning before heading home and cleaning up all the gold.
My dog is exhausted. I've done maybe 5 or 6 pans and they've all been really consistent, about 20 pieces of pan. Yeah, I found the black sand. And so did Senor Sweatpants. Maybe gold? Oh yeah, there's plenty of gold in that. Look at that. Heaps. Same spot, very next pan. That is what I call a spec count. Oh, Senor Sweatpants, we having steak and whiskey tonight. Alright. Yeah. Fernstar, can I have a bless? I don't know if that was a bless or not. We're going to do the really crappy one-handed reveal and then do the rapid tap to get all the gold to come up to the top. Whoa! Oh yeah, we can afford more whiskey. Hell yeah. That right there is some top shelf whiskey gold. We ain't drinking Woodies tonight, we drinking Gentleman Jack, like gentlemen. Man, every pan is just bringing more steak and more whiskey. Steak and whiskey on tour. The Australian steak and whiskey tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a rap
DJ
group.
Steak, DJ Whiskey.
Oh,
we're 2 DJs, but we're also MCs.
It's brave of you to assume I know how to DJ or sing. Just to show you how high the floodwaters were. That's the debris. Not Gadsy. He's not debris.
Oh, it can be.
Once we start making these kind of jokes, you know it's time to go home.
That is a good day, man. Look at the gold.
This was Gadsy's day at Allen's Rest, just having a bit of a casual pan.
Gazzy's had a brilliant day, and I've been working the same ground, so hopefully I've got as much. After all that sluicing, this is our gold. Fluid bed sluice, 6-inch sluice, 10-inch sluice. But generally speaking, it's not the size of the sluice box, it's where you stick it. I was a little bit disappointed with the 6-inch sluice results because I was really expecting to see more gold than that. However, I feel like Reedy Creek's gold made up for it. And hey, the fluid bed did a fantastic job considering I wasn't really on a quality spot. All I can say is I am super happy to have this video done because I got real freaking sick over the last week. And for that reason, I'm extending my sluice giveaway over on Patreon by 1 week. It costs a whole $1 to sign up, and the link is in the description below if that's something you're interested in. That looks like a very healthy take of gold. I'm going to guess a gram. Boop. Wow, 1.06. That's worth 87 Australian dollars at the time of recording. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please give your dog a big scratch behind the ears for me. Peace, and I'm out.